Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast wrestling edition. Today, we have a very, very special episode. We have a lot of the L7C crew that was actually at this past SummerSlam that took place in Cleveland, Ohio. Firstly, who was there? We have the captain, Byron Mitchell. How are you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic. I'm ready to talk about SummerSlam.
The head producer of the L7C was also at SummerSlam, Mr. Justin Ackendale. How are you doing, sir?
Man, I'm excited. I wasn't going to hop on here, but I was like, bro, SummerSlam was so goddamn good, bro. Let's do good.
And making their debuts on a wrestling podcast of the L7C, one of our anime guys, the Don Niki. How are you doing, man?
Man, we doing good. We excited to talk about this live-ass show that we watched live.
And then the MMA expert was also at SummerSlam, Mr. Chuck Marlowe. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I got to see Randy Orton. So, I'm feeling good.
And then finally, we have the wrestling expert of the L7C podcast, Mr. Jacob Mason. How you doing, man?
I'm fantastic. I just woke up from a nap. I'm 5 minutes late to the podcast, but I'm happy to be here.
Let's just get right into it. Because Justin, you said you weren't even going to be on, but then you're like, SummerSlam was just live. How did it feel to actually be there?
Man, it was different because I've been to wrestling shows, like I've been to WWE shows and arenas, but I've never actually been one into a stadium. Like the only time I've been to a stadium to watch a show is a goddamn football game.
Mm-hmm.
So just that whole experience was just crazy to see. And then like once the sun went down and shit, it was actually like packed in that bitch. Like it's just so crazy. You got the ring in the middle, like floor seats, and then niggas packed in the stands, 60,000 people damn near, all just in there to watch SummerSlam. It was crazy for real.
Chuck, was this your first wrestling show ever?
Nah, this is like my fourth. My dad used to take me to Raw down in Dayton.
But is this your first one as an adult?
Yeah, this is my first one since I was like 11.
So how did it feel going to your first live one?
Oh no,
it was 11.
It was live. First off, having the top attendance, I know you'll get to that later, but like it was live. I mean, I didn't expect the crowd to be popping like that, but the crowd was popping. It reminded me of the UFC event they had in Columbus, how everybody was going wild. It was nuts. I liked it. It was on point. Triple H ran a tight show, which I love, and it was exceptional.
Niki?
Man, it was surreal because I went to Money in the Bank back in 2015.
Yep, that was the best one we've ever been to post this.
Yeah, it went to Fastlane, at Nationwide.
Niki, you were there too, damn.
Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
That shit's a blur, dog.
But bro, I never thought I'd watch like a big four pay-per-view, let alone in the state that I live in and not have to travel out of state. That shit was so live, bro. It was surreal, honestly.
Byron?
Yeah, like everyone said, just so live, surreal. Like it still doesn't feel real that I was at SummerSlam in Cleveland in 2024. Like I'll never forget just that experience. Like I've been to the smaller Raws, SmackDowns, smaller pay-per-views, but just being in that stadium with all those people, just like the energy was just so different from like a normal pay-per-view. It was awesome, and I want to experience that again.
Jacob, what was it like seeing it from your angle, from the TV? What did it feel like the energy was in Cleveland from your perspective?
All right, so from my perspective, it was, so for being a stadium show, being outdoors, you always have that fear of like you won't be able to hear the crowd because the voice goes up instead of bouncing everywhere. Dude, y'all were loud. I thought I was really happy with that. Plus, WWE came out with the whole new thing of the ref cam, and they used it a couple. That was fucking dope. Yeah, Cleveland seemed wild for it, and I was happy. That was good.
Something that Byron and Niki and Justin can attest because they do the big anime episodes. we always talk about like, you know, how it's mainstream and back then you didn't know who was really an anime fan till you went somewhere and you saw thousands of people and you're like, oh, these people are just like me. You really forget how many wrestling fans are out there until you go to one of these big ass things.
Oh yeah. Like I was expecting it to be like big, but I didn't expect that many people like traveling from across the country to come to Cleveland and watch SummerSlam.
I mean, I do. They've been doing these arena shows for these big events for fucking years now. I knew wrestling fans were out here, but these aren't. Other than y'all, there's ain't in my damn circle for real.
I mean, I
But
think
I
being
know.
right up the street in Cleveland, though, like having sporting events here and seeing how things are for sporting events, it has never been this packed. Even if there's like a Cavs game and a Browns game that same night, I have not seen it that packed downtown. The way parking was and everything else, like that was insane. How many people came out?
You gotta understand, shit is SummerSlam, like second biggest show of WWE's calendar type shit. Like niggas were. I wouldn't have been surprised like if the Olympics weren't on. Like people probably would like flew across the country type shit.
Oh yeah, the Olympics, yeah,
overseas to see that shit like that. Like SummerSlam's a big ass show. Like yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, and I feel like the last like big thing the Midwest got like WWE wise, like show wise, like that was probably WrestleMania 23 in Detroit. That was probably the last one that was like close enough for us to even think about going to.
They did have SummerSlam in Detroit last year.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
I don't know. It just the plans did not formulate for that one. But these one, everything aligned perfectly. Our seats were not bad. We were near like the entrance. We got to see all the things. And just being around, man, like Justin, you got really into it halfway through with the chants. Obviously, you were really into someone returning. We'll get to that. But like, and then the people were matching your energy in our little section, just seeing all the people and the traffic, like Chuck said, and then talking to wrestling fans, because I guess when you have a wrestling shirt on, anyone can just come up and talk to you because you're a friendly. Hearing how they came from Buffalo or California or whatnot to come to Cleveland, Ohio to watch this, which that's thousands of dollars, man, just to come to this event. We were lucky it was in the state where we had to spend a couple hundred because we can drive home.
Yeah, I can't imagine driving 8 hours to see a big pay-per-view like this.
And then before we get into the matches, do you think
that shit's on Saturday now?
That's another thing. Do you think with the energy that was provided, Cleveland and maybe more specifically Ohio would get another chance at a SummerSlam? Because this is the second SummerSlam they've ever hosted in history. The only one they've ever hosted was in SummerSlam 1996.
I think with how live the crowd was, I can definitely see them coming back to Cleveland for a big pay-per-view.
I believe when I was watching Raw last night, they said it was like, you know, I think they'd be lying when they be saying this shit like this, but they said it was the biggest SummerSlam ever. Like the most like watched, like talked about one. It seems like that's every pay-per-view now these days.
It is every pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think we'll get some. Yeah, I think we could get another SummerSlam, but like any of the other ones, just weather permitting, probably not, since there ain't no dome here.
That's what I was going to ask. If they want to do they try and do a WrestleMania 100,000 in the shoe?
That might be tough.
Because you want to make some money. You put that in the middle of the state.
They'll just go to Detroit, man. Where you got a dome, you don't gotta worry about the weather.
That's true.
And then Nashville, the Titans are getting the new stadium, so that shit's definitely about to get some shit soon. I just don't see it.
Oh man, God bless them with the weather, because we were driving up on Friday and it had these random big ass storms, and Saturday perfectly clear, and Sunday. And before anyone want to guess what the SummerSlam 1996 main event was,
well, I know it, so let me not answer it.
1996.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying no, that's too early. I don't know.
Wasn't it Vader and Shawn Michaels?
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, Vader and Shawn Michaels.
I was gonna say this wrestler was on Boy Meets World. That was Vader.
Yeah, Vader.
Yeah, that card was it's kind of woozy, to be honest. I'm not even gonna hold you, but
that was 1996 WWF. It was dark times.
All right, let's get into it. The first match of the card started off with a bang. I know in the preview we talked about this match could steal the show because of the theatrics. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Jacob, what were your thoughts on this match? Liv Morgan came out on top, but not without shenanigans. Dirty Dom turning on Rhea. And then the makeout at the end. I know it got our crowd fucking shocked. When we saw that Dominic smirk, we were like, oh man, it was all part of the plan.
Dude, I fucking loved it. I loved it. This is a fun match. The theatrics are great. Use of the ref cam was superb on this one. Dude, Dominic Mysterio is the best fucking heel in WWE right now. He's so fucking good. From like when he first came in was just super babyface with Rey Mysterio tagging up. Nah, Dom is his own trailblazer, and I fucking love it. This match was great. This is everything you want out of a good match. It really was. It was awesome. And chicken nuggets and PS5s go a long way. Rhea Ripley.
Oh, Justin, what'd you think of the match, man?
Man, I thought this shit was the best match on the card, if you ask me. Just storyline wise, angle wise. I mean, when I got back on Sunday, I rewatched it on Peacock. Like I rewatched it. It was amazing. Cause like being the same, you missed like the shit talking like in between the ropes that the camera picks up. That shit was beautiful. And then just Dom just being the slimiest nigga ever. I'll tell you right now, that pop, the pop when Rhea kicks out of the first Oblivion, one of the biggest pops at the show. Crowd was hot for Liv. Crowd was hot for Rhea. It was a perfect match, in my opinion.
Byron?
I agree. I think it was a great opener for SummerSlam. Like Justin said, the theatrics were great. The angles were great. When Rhea kicked out that first Oblivion, I was like, oh, damn, it's over for Liv. Rhea about to be new champion, but Dirty Dom distracting the ref. So Liv hit another Oblivion on the chair and winning. And, man, it was just great. Like you said, that turn by Dom with that smirk got the crowd hot. And that kiss got the crowd hot. It was just, like I said, a great opening match.
Niki?
Man, that shit set the tone for the show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get animated when I go to like sporting events. Like I go to Blue Jacket games. I'm not chanting. I'm not cheering. That shit set the mood. I was over here chanting. I was out here watching it. I was like, oh my God, Liv's about to lose this. And then that boy Dom stepped up. And I seen a perfect tweet. It said, how can you go heel when you're already heel? Which is what Dom did. And it was the perfect opening match. Set the tone. It was A+ execution, honestly.
Oh, shit. Chuck?
I think they did a good job starting off like that. I think they worked the crowd really great. Got everybody on the edge of their seats. Got their emotions hot. Got them riled up. Got them ready for all the matches following. I think it was just executed great. It was a show for the boys. So they got everybody involved.
Great. Then staying with Chuck, because Chuck, I feel like Braun Breaker's your type of wrestler.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Big dog, powerhouse.
Braun Breaker defeated Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. I think we all saw this really coming. Braun Breaker is a monster.
That man is built like a truck. I never really actually seen him yet until now. And then the way he was out there, had everybody barking, got me into it. I think he's just one of those wrestlers you like to watch because they just cause destruction everything they run into.
Yeah.
And he's a true powerhouse. And they got me back hooked into this now. They got me hooked.
Justin, man, Braun Breaker, like you've talked about, he has the look, he has the moveset, he has the charisma, the presence. He's going to be next up in a couple of years.
Yeah, he's definitely next up. He got the pedigree too. He's second generation. And you already know Cleveland fuckers, as soon as they knew this nigga was that type of thing, you know Cleveland was about that shit. So yeah, he was definitely a crowd pleaser for sure. Everyone was Braun Breaker that night. Yeah, it was the obvious decision. It was short too, exactly what it needed to be. Yeah, great little second match.
Jacob?
Yeah, I thought the match was honestly too short. I would like to see it go on longer, but I understand why they did it. I personally wanted Sami Zayn to win again, but I'm good with Braun Breaker taking the title. No real complaints. I just wish it would have went on a little longer.
Niki?
Yeah, man, it was a solid match. We knew Triple H, he don't play that shit. Shit is starting on time, and we are getting out of there 12, 10:30, 11 at the latest. So he said, Sammy, I appreciate you, big dog, but you got to take the L on this rather quickly. But it was still a great match. Watching Braun hit that, I don't even know what they call it anymore, but that like Frankensteiner shit, that shit was crazy to see live.
Oh, yes. Byron?
I didn't realize this match was as short as it was until looking at like the match times. That minute, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. It felt longer to me watching it at SummerSlam, but it was a good match. Like Jacob, I wanted Sammy to win to, continue his underdog story, but Braun Breakers are going to be a destructive champion, and I'm here for it. Like as soon as he took those straps off, I was like, yeah, it's over for you, Sammy. But great match, good short squash match to make him look powerful. So we'll see who he challenges next, or who challenges him next.
And Niki brought up a great point before we go to the Logan Paul LA Knight match. Those were 2 matches were done before 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was looking back at the boys, and I was just like, guys, it's not even 8 o'clock, and 2 out of the 7 matches are done.
Oh yeah, that shit was moving.
If we didn't have the Jelly Roll concert at the beginning and the Jelly Roll Miz bit, that shit might have been done before 10:30.
Yeah, for sure.
Which Justin said something there too, that with Triple H, because Triple H he's been getting this shit out besides his big pay-per-views that may get to like 11, but like 10:30 or less. Justin said it's been the perfect like Saturday their experience that you're getting out before 10:30. Because for the people there, you get out before 10:30, you still have your whole Saturday night.
So, I think the majority of us are over the.
He definitely made that shit.
Oh. I was going to say, considering the majority of us are over the age of 30, I want to say like 10:30 is late for me.
On a Saturday?
I'm old, man. Sleep.
Shit, I told them 10:30s. I might be stepping out originally still. that might be when I go hit High Street, hit the streets.
Well, we saw a lot of people hit the streets when we left that place. But no, Justin brought that. It was a good point he brought up over there. But like, it's Triple H's thing about those people who paid them tickets. Like, and for the people watching, like, again, you're done at like 10:30. Like, it's weird because everyone here has watched WWE pay-per-views when they were at Sunday at 8 o'clock, and they would go till a Big 4 pay-per-view would go to like 12 or 1, especially WrestleMania. WrestleMania pre-show will start at 6, have 2 hours worth of pre-show matches, main card at 8, and you're done by maybe midnight.
Yeah,
I think don't do that shit no more.
Yeah, I think it was a great show to go to on a Saturday because you're out by 10:30, 11. You hit up the bars and travel back home the next day instead of traveling back home on a Monday. So I like this new Saturday model for pay-per-views.
Justin, you got anything you want to add to him?
Yeah, it's definitely like catered to the live experience rather than on TV, as opposed to it being on Sundays. Because shit, you could probably So you could probably, if you really wanted to, if you really ain't that far, right after the show. And, if you were driving out of Columbus, you'll be back to Columbus by like before 2:00.
I got back home at 11:55 on the dot. I got home early. I had drill the next morning, had to wake up at 6. I was happy. I was like, all right, good. I get 6 hours at least.
Oh, you couldn't do that in 10, 15 years ago pay-per-view.
Yeah, because if I had to get out at 12, get stuck in traffic, get home at like 1:32, then I'm only getting 4 hours of sleep. I was able to get sleep, so I was happy with how they ran that.
All right. Next match, we've had the crowning of Mr. LA Knight defeated Logan Paul with coming out to the ring with Machine Gun Kelly for the United States Championship. I know, Nikki, I want to start with you because one of the GOATs, maybe the GOAT, Undertaker, lied to Logan Paul's face, saying that his title run was so special when it was probably one of the most boring title runs with only 2 defenses. But how'd you feel about LA Knight winning his first gold here?
Needed it. It was his time. Like, they weren't going to give him the win over Roman to get that belt. Mm-hmm. So it was like, we need to get this man a belt before you just completely kill any momentum he has and belief in people like, oh, he's going to become a champ. So that shit was needed. Seeing walk out with MGK, I don't like MGK. He's corny to me. So the fact that they lost, it was perfect. It was time too. Like you said, 2 title defenses. I can't tell you who he beefed with for those 2 title defenses. Now we got LA Knight, baby.
I actually can't either. Not off the top of my head. I actually can't.
You gotta do the podcast. That's crazy.
Like, off the top of my head, I actually can't.
Yeah, Undertaker boldface lied to his face.
Making it sound like he was doing the Cena Open Challenge run. Crazy. Justin, what'd you think about LA Knight finally breaking through?
Yeah, like Nikki said, that shit needed to happen. It seems like Triple H is keeping the shit alive. Even in your hometown, you ain't winning because on Friday, the DIY didn't win. Johnny Gargano didn't get to retain his championship that he had. But yeah, Logan Paul, glad I got to see him. I can't stand the Pauls on some real life shit. Like, fuck those. So definitely glad that he did not walk out that bitch with the title.
Jacob, how'd you feel about our guy LA Knight finally cracking through?
Dude, I was happy. I to be honest, I do like Logan Paul. Anytime he actually does wrestle, it's always really good. That being said, LA Knight should have won the title. Should have won a title last year, the year before, when he was white fucking hot.
Yeah.
But I'll take it. The build up to this match was good. The match was great. Happy on both ends. I mean, what else could you ask for? I mean, there's not much just in general of this entire card. There's nothing really to complain about.
Yeah. And Jacob, to your point too, that year where LA Knight did not win Money in the Bank and everyone was like, what the hell? Because Damian Priest won it. And Triple H said, just please be patient.
Right. Yeah, no. And once again, we got to trust in Triple H. Dude knows what he's talking about. This ain't the Vinnie Mac era anymore.
Byron?
I thought it was a great match. The crowd was electric between the fuck you Logan chants, LA Knight chants. The crowd was in it. There was this move that Logan Paul hit where he like jumped on the top rope and then like did a twisting moonsault to LA Knight. That was very impressive. Like Jacob said, I think he's a good wrestler when he wants to be. So great match. I did look it up. So his 2 title defenses were at WrestleMania and a triple threat with Randy Orton and KO. And then he had that champion versus champion match against Cody Rhodes at King and Queen of the Ring.
That was a waste.
That don't even count.
That was a waste.
It was a title defense.
Now I remember the triple
those
threat.
Are only 2. Those were his only 2 title defenses.
Okay. All right. Chuck, anything you want to add to this?
I'm with Justin. Fuck the Pauls. They're doing everything they touch. But yeah, no. I think he is a good wrestler, though. I think the acrobatics definitely draw in the crowd. I saw how the crowd reacted and the crowd pop for LA Knight. I think it was good. I thought it was a good overall match. Build up was good too. So yeah.
Came out in the brown stuff too. Then man was talking about like, I performed in front of my city. You can't be more happier. Okay. All right.
And his little drink prime ass.
Recalls.
It's nasty for real.
Well,
how does it have no sugar and it's so sweet?
I've never had, so I couldn't tell you. This match, man, pissed a lot of people on our team off because it changed who won the damn pick'em belt. So, Nia Jax defeated Bayley. Tiffany came out a little bit for the championship. I don't know what's she calling that move now. That move where she's near the turnbuckle and she literally just jumps and sits on you.
Dude, I don't know what that shit called.
I think.
Man, fuck that. I call that big bitch sit down. That's what I call
That's
it.
crazy.
Because she hit her with that with a lot. I mean, Nia became champ. That literally changed. That one match changed who won our pick'em title. So, Jacob, Nia's the new champ. She's had a very interesting road. She got fired, was gone, did her own thing, got hired back, did a Royal Rumble as a special appearance, disappeared, came back, won Queen of the Ring, and beat a 4 horsewoman at SummerSlam. Like, what are your thoughts on Nia now being champ?
I'm good with it. I like the little storyline they're doing with her and Tiffy and all that. I think Nia looked like a fucking dominant champion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked like she was trying to put Bayley through the fucking ring with all those power bombs.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, like, all right, well, you know what? Keep it up, Nia. Be the big dominant champion that you were born to be and do you. I know a lot of people hate her, but you know what? I'm good with it. Go Nia.
Yeah, I would say, I guess we could have, picking it, we probably should have seen it coming because out of those 4 horsewomen, Bayley always is willing to do the favors. So that's hindsight now. Byron, what'd you think of Nia becoming the new champ?
I'm okay with it because it makes the Queen of the Ring win that much more impactful. I think it would have dimmed it less. Like, yes, she got a title shot because she won Queen of the Ring, but like then you lose that match. I think it makes that Queen of the Ring title win much more special. There's this move where Bayley hit Nia Jax with a power bomb, and I didn't know Bayley was that strong until I saw that. I was like, holy shit. So good on Bayley for always, wanting to put other women over. So we'll see what Nia Jax does with the title.
Justin, do you think there's enough babyface women on SmackDown to feed to Nia and not hurt them? But then when it's time, she's going to lose that title to, I don't know who, but probably Jade.
Yeah, I think there's enough babyface women. I doubt she holds the title for that damn long. I mean, Jade Cargill on SmackDown, Bianca Belair is always lurking. Give me some other baby faces on SmackDown.
She's not a babyface, but the crowd does love her. Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany Stroud.
I mean, she got a pop when she came out.
She did. Yeah, I don't know how long she's gonna hold that briefcase though. But yeah, Nia Jax. I feel like you can build some stars. Like I feel like you can make Jade Cargill into a star with Nia Jax holding that belt. I can see a scenario where Jade's about to win the title from Nia, and then Tiffany come in and cash it. That's actually what I think gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but that's my prediction for that. So yeah, I like Nia Jax having the belt. I was mad a little bit because I picked Bayley on the sheet, but
and it cost you the title.
Yes, it cost me a title, which been happening to me a lot lately, which is fucking annoying. But yeah, after what Nia did at Queen of the Ring, after she hit the big bitch sit down on that one girl where where the other girl was hanging on the ring and she came from the top and sat her ass down. I'm like, yeah, you gotta reward her with the belt after that.
Niki, Chuck, anything else you want to add to this?
As Jacob said, a lot of people hate her. I hate fucking Nia Jax. I can't stand her. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch this match. I took a sabbatical. I met up with a friend. We partaked in a smoke. That shit got me heated. I hate Nia Jax. But good for her for winning. At least the Queen of the Ring means something.
Hey, I think it hits all things. Queen of the Ring means something. We hate the heel. Life's good.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a perfect answer there, buddy.
Yeah, that is a perfect answer.
She ain't on the show to be liked now.
Chuck, do you have anything you want to add?
You know I like a good dominant powerhouse champion. I think Nia's the perfect person for that. But I am pissed she did cost me my streak of perfect sheets. I thought we'd at least go down to tiebreakers, and I knew I had some tiebreakers on there. But it is what it is. I think I just want to see her destroy some shit. So keep it up.
Fair enough. Then the last three matches, and again, we've gone through these things, and it is barely even 9:30ish. Like we got to the last match before Damien and Gunter started like at 9:59.
This is like when the sun went down.
Yeah, and then the stadium started to boom. This next match, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. Drew McIntyre is loved by the L7C because Jacob gave that man the nickname that describes Drew McIntyre. Just the right man, wrong place. We are the ones who gave him that name, and it's been his case since 2020. And CM Punk, for everyone here, this was our first time actually seeing him live. Because he left before any of us had real money to actually start going to these events on a consistent basis, to be honest. And it's kind of crazy to think that this was his first real match back in WWE in 10 years. And being a part of the CM Punk chants, man, it's kind of intense. The fan base is there.
Man, I was so happy when his entrance music hit. I started singing. I was hyped, like, man, I finally get to see CM Punk after all these years. Like, because I'm a CM Punk fan, even though he had his time in AEW that went sideways. But
hey, no one cares about that no more.
Right.
This wrestling shit be moving fast sometimes. That shit feel like ages ago.
Right. It was just last year. But yeah, I was so excited to finally get to see CM Punk in action.
Jacob, Drew McIntyre won a big match. Thoughts?
All right, so we have yet to address the elephant in the room with this match, and that is Seth freaking Rollins as the guest referee.
Yep.
And this is the match that I'm so happy that I was just sitting on my couch eating cheese and trail bologna and watching this, because Seth mic'd up with the ref cam and everything was fucking gold. This was my favorite match of the entire night. Just him just letting him get away with any and everything. Like him acting like he's going to be, no, you guys ain't going to do that. Go ahead, do it. I fucking love it. That was awesome. Let them beat the shit out of each other. And they did. It was awesome. I don't know how anyone could hate this match. This shit was so fucking good. And I'm so happy. Drew won. And then he still continued on with the fuck you CM Punk shit, which is great. Still keeping the bracelet. Still keeping that relevant. Like, this was just good. I was happy with it. And then by the way, at the end of the show, and Wade Barrett is interviewing with Drew McIntyre. Dude, that was great. They were just talking shit the whole time. I fucking loved it.
Oh, man. Justin, Niki, Chuck, thoughts on Punk, Drew?
I liked it. And I know we're about to get around too, because fucking Drew McIntyre on Raw had fucking CM Punk's wife on his tongue. So you already know. I thought Seth Rollins is about to be next up with CM Punk, but that nigga Seth Rollins probably won't be around for a minute. So
Bronson Reed killed that man. Big man.
Those
right.
That Baltimore crowd at Raw last night was hot for that. They were getting hyped. They were like, one more time. They want Seth Rollins dead. My nigga Michael Cole. First of all, I was sitting at home watching that show. I was like, damn, they need to call the police or something. And then Michael Cole was like,
my favorite line was when Michael Cole said, "Somebody get a damn stun gun." And I was
yes. Michael Cole's commentary has just been A+ since Vince left.
Shit.
Like,
unhinged Michael Cole
perfect
was
calls.
great.
Yes.
Oh my god, that man was going, bro. The sun gun at the police station had me fucking dying, bro. And the fact that every time you thought Bronson Reed was done, he kept going back.
Right, he hit that man with 6 tsunamis, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, chill.
Yeah, the match and then the Raw segment after the match, like that shit just made the match on Saturday so much better for me. That whole Raw segment, you made a new star out of Bronson Reed. Like, I fuck with Bronson Reed. I'm with Chuck. You know I fuck with the big people, so.
That was wild, bro. Because I thought it was gonna be Punk and Seth, because I forgot who said to who was like, I'm about to just beat your ass right now. Like, I'm not like, I was like, whoa.
Bro, Seth.
Yes,
He's
Seth.
like, you gonna let me in this ring or you come out so I can beat your ass?
I was like, wow. It's something. It's something. Chuck, Niki.
It was great to see CM Punk live. Childhood wrestler you look up to. It was a good match. Drew's built like a damn defensive end. I think it was just overall a good match. I like the crowd pop. I think it was just the whole storyline they got going with that. Can't wait to keep watching that and see how that goes.
Niki.
Oh, it was beautiful. This was the match I was looking forward to the most. Like I told y'all multiple times, I'm really about to watch a CM Punk match in WWE. It was physical. Like when Drew swung him into the announce table, I said, oh, this shit for real. They fighting. I must mention, Seth's pants were outrageous. That ref fit was crazy, but very on brand. And it just like the energy, the crowd, the vibe. Tony Khan's an idiot, bro. For fucking up
Damn,
CM.
I didn't thought we were gonna go through the whole thing without a Tony Khan.
Oh no, I'm gonna bring it up.
Whoa.
Tony Khan fucking up the CM Punk train for him to end up back for us. Shout out to that man.
And then another thing about that Raw segment, when fucking Seth Rollins came out, he wasn't even wearing that fucking zesty ass shit he normally wears. He has regular shit on. He was ready to go.
Oh yeah, he was ready to beat his ass. Like he's like, now that shit's over, I hate you. Like I was just like, oh my god. That shit's gonna go for a minute because you're gonna have the matches with Drew. Then you're finally gonna have to get back to Seth, and I don't know when Seth coming back because Buddy got killed.
Oh, he's gone for at least a month minimum. You can't have him come back earlier than a month after what Bronson Reed did to him. He hit that nigga with 5 tsunamis. That's too much fear gave you. Back to back.
Right, and he was coughing up blood in the ring.
I'll tell you one thing that wouldn't happen on SmackDown. Nick Aldis runs a tight ship over there. Adam Pearce don't know what the fuck he doing. Storyline.
Bro.
Obviously. Bro, every week he got one of his big boys fucking these little kids up.
He's either Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed, man.
That boy Adam Pearce don't know what he's doing over there, man. But next match, we all love Gunter. He defeated Damian Priest, the champ, with technical submission. Before we get into it, I do want to shout out Damian Priest because he has really turned that crowd over. Like when he first won that Money in the Bank, I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking pissed because I wanted LA Knight to win. I'm just gonna be honest. But since he cashed in, he has been a very respectable champion. Like the crowd, he has won the crowd over organically. It wasn't forced. He's become a baby face in their eyes. He got cheers and clip. I was like, oh shit, okay. So I want to shout out Damian Priest.
Yeah, I agree. Because like when you said, when he first won the Money in the Bank, I was like, damn, LA Knight should have won. Like, I don't want Damian Priest as champion. And then he cashed in on Drew McIntyre. I'm like, I really don't want Damian Priest as champion, but he has put on some great matches as champion. Like his match against Gunter was really good. His last match against Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle, Drew McIntyre's home country. He put on a hell of a show. Man, it can work.
Jacob, your guy, how do you feel? Obviously, the theme of SummerSlam was the return of the Tribal Chief, which we're talking about, and Judgment Day imploding. Because in this match, we had the Finn Balor turn.
We had Judgment Day. That was technically Judgment Day 2.0 imploding. And now we're on the Judgment Day 3.0. And I fucking loved it. Finn turning on Damian Priest. All right. Shout out to the two most important things. You could have straight up had that entire match muted, and you could just tell by Finn Balor's face, the intensity, the hate. Mm-hmm. The man is straight bullets into Damian Priest. Phenomenal. But then I am so happy about this, and I don't think it's gotten talked about enough. They didn't make Damian Priest look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He literally watched the replay and went, "What the fuck?"
Yep. That was
Instead of like, "I don't know what happened. What happened, boo-boo? I don't know." Fucking shit annoys the living fuck out of me. But instead, we have a smart wrestler. And I was happy as fuck. And then Gunther wins. Hell yeah. Both and Queen of the Rings are now solidified as a legitimate tournament, something we have always wanted on the L7C.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, I'm good with it. Everything was great.
Justin, I know you talked about with the Raw, like with Bronson Reed. Besides the Bronson Reed stuff, when he had his promo and he said, "I'm not just the only one who's tired of you, we are," and that shit looked like the motherfucking Akatsuki pulled up. The way they had that screen, oh man, oh my god, when they had the whole crew, I was like, oh, this anime type shit. Like the whole
was
crew
fire last night.
Oh my god. And the Jacobs thing too. Triple H is making these people have some fucking brains. Because Finn's like, "Listen, bitch, you cost me the title last year. Do you think I forgot? Here's the fucking film." I was like, damn. He's like, "I've been holding this shit in all year." Bruh.
Man had a picture. I'm like, damn, bro.
That's crazy.
Full year, Money in the Bank.
That's
until
crazy.
This SummerSlam this year. Damn, man, that's a long time to plot.
Long-term booking with everyone.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Not just Roman Reigns either. Long-term everyone.
Bro, I just can't get over that shot, bro. Because I really thought Finn was by himself, man. And then the whole crew? Oh, man.
Yeah, about to say, Finn did a coup d'etat. He did,
yeah.
He did coup. He took my nigga's group.
And
it's the second one. It's the second one because Damian did it first to Edge.
I know, and Damian and Rhea were in the original group with Edge. They were the only original members, and Finn swooped that bitch with 5 of them.
Yeah, but that original turn is what got Finn in because they were like, "Oh yeah, we brought somebody else in. You're out, Edge." And then when they all turned to Edge, I was like, "Damn, bro, it's over for you."
Damn, they said, "Yeah, He said, we got the titles now. Y'all ain't got shit." I was like, whoa.
Right. Tag titles, the women's champ.
Oh,
shit. Now they just need the men's world title.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't know if you being Gunter.
Gunter holding that shit till Mania, minimum.
Yeah.
You should hold it longer. He should fucking hold it longer.
Whoa. Chill on that. Easy now.
Jacob, I do have to throw a stat on you. I don't have the exact number, but since Gunter is Triple H, well, besides his sons and Roman Reigns, Gunter is Triple H's most protective wrestler. For the days he's been on the roster, 75% of them, he's been champion of something.
As he should.
Put that in perspective.
Okay. As he fucking should be.
Yeah.
This also counts the Walter days.
Yep, longest reigning NXT UK champion, longest reigning Intercontinental champion. He's gonna make him the longest reigning world heavyweight champion.
Gunter, absolutely fucking not. Gunter has not been. He's not been any like champ. Oh, when he's not champ, he just wins King of the Ring. They have made sure that man has been important ever since he's been on the card.
They fuck with him.
Yes,
like Triple H fucks with him. He keeps that nigga in high regard at all times.
Eventually, if they play their cards right, and I didn't say this earlier when we talked about it, Gunther versus Braun Breaker is going to be
the future.
The new age Gunther versus Brock Lesnar that we didn't get. It's going to be fucking awesome. Play your cards right.
Bro, I had the small hope Brock was going to show up. I was like, oh, we're past the allegations now. We could come back.
I think he'll be back, but I don't know. Right? I didn't think SummerSlam was tonight. I definitely did not think SummerSlam was tonight. That shit would have had niggas. Speaking of this, there were so many people on Saturday who had to leave in stretchers. There were so many motherfuckers getting wheeled out of that bitch.
Jacob, we didn't tell you that, bro. It was too much for a lot of people. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns paramedic team. They were working since me and Evan walked in.
Since we got there.
Yeah, since we got there. Paramedics were having to get people. It was too much.
Yeah, there was at least 5 people stretched out on Saturday. At least 5.
No work. A shoot. Real people getting stretchered out.
That shit was embarrassing, especially if you were on the floor. They stretcher one bro in a big ass U out of there. So everybody in that stadium is just seeing this dude getting walked out of stretcher, out of SummerSlam, right before the main event. The sun was down. Cody and Solo hadn't started yet, so he missed the main event.
Wait, what? So we're talking real people, not wrestling. We're not wrestlers.
Yes, Jacob. Fans.
Real,
we're not handling that shit.
Joe Schmoes.
Okay, well, I was wondering because when I'm watching the show, like the crowd would randomly get hype during these really weird reasons I could never figure out why. Well, that explains it.
Yeah, the paramedics come to save somebody's fucking life. And we were getting hyped because they kept, bro. I felt so bad. Like they kept coming up and down. There was some in our section. So I was like, damn, bro, what? Like, what's wrong?
It was hot.
They couldn't handle the heat. It was hot.
It was a hot day.
Yeah, it was hot. Your adrenaline's going. You ain't drinking enough. Right?
Or you're drinking too much alcohol.
Or you're drinking too much. It passes.
Yeah.
Shout out to that paramedic.
It was a combination of shit.
But it was crazy. Like I hope, man, it was wild. But like when you said, man, we get to the main when it got real dark and those stadium lights go, you think you get tired at these things, but once it got dark and the lights came on, you started to get more adrenaline because you're like, oh shit, it's the main event. The crowd didn't wane. Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa, our first time getting to do the Cody cheer, like his theme song and all that, as him being champion. That was fucking electric. I was looking around. I was like, back up. I was like, oh shit, people really fuck. Oh my, yeah. So Solo, he was in this big match. He's risen very fast in 2 years? Because he debuted at Clash of the Castle with Roman and Drew. So it's been
22. Either 21 or 22.
So he's already main eventing a Big 4 pay-per-view. Match went as we all thought. Cody and Solo having a little back and forth. Cody getting the upper hand. Here comes Bloodline 2.0. Kevin Owens' music goes off. We get hyped. Randy Orton's music goes off. Chuck goes crazy. Justin, which fun fact for anyone since we're talking about fun facts, don't know if Justin was a little too much on the sauce. Justin thinks he could beat up some of the Bloodline members in a real fight, besides one.
Absolutely.
And the one who he doesn't think he can beat up, he was the one he started fucking shit up at the end. Justin, you want to tell the world the one you don't think you can beat up?
Roman Reigns, of course.
No, you said you could have beat up the one dude.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu. Oh no, that thing is scary. I remember now. Oh no,
he thinks he can beat up the other. We were like, what?
No, I don't want to smoke with Jacob Fatu. That thing is scary. But the rest of those niggas, oh yeah, come see me. Yeah, I'm just as big as y'all. The fuck? Those niggas don't know some shit. I don't know.
Oh my god.
So I didn't have to take a bump.
Cody and Solo, after all that shit clears, they're in the middle of the ring. Gets a little quiet, and then Justin, like he said, his music hits. The crowd fucking explodes.
I jumped out of my seat, literally.
People were waiting the whole time. They're like, it's gotta happen. I thought that I had a feeling. I thought they were gonna swerve us. I thought Roman was gonna like wait his time to really fuck this shit up. I thought it was about to be Jimmy Uso, Jimmy and Jay, and Paul Heyman.
I would have walked out.
Roman Reigns shows up, does not say a word, just walks to the ring. Superman punches Solo. The biggest spear, with the crowd getting into it, speared him and left. And Cody picks up the win.
He didn't left. He lingered for a little bit. He was outside the ring.
Well, he left the ring. He didn't just stand in the ring.
Oh yeah. He didn't.
Yeah, and then SummerSlam ended. Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief back. First time seeing him since he lost at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes. Jacob, what did you think of the shenanigans? And Roman is back on the board.
This was a lot of fun shenanigan wise. I had a blast. I mean, we all kind of figured it was going to happen because there's bloodline rules. The biggest thing, and I've watched this replay like 37 times and I cannot figure it out. Jacob Fatu getting injured. I don't know because he grabbed his right ankle, but his right knee was what hit the table. I don't know what the hell happened. I'm like, I can't figure it out unless I'm just.
I think it was just
a word. Yeah, I think it's a word.
Fine.
Yeah,
because he was wearing a boot later that, like, keeping kayfabe real. The dude was in a gas station later that night and he had a boot on.
Yeah,
we'll know soon. We'll know by Friday. Justin, well, because it's SmackDown. We'll see. Justin, you had the biggest reaction, obviously, when Roman came. How'd you feel with the match? How'd you feel with Roman being back on the board now?
Man, first of all, I know I was giving this man all types of shit in the crowd, but after coming back and rewatching the match, shout out to Solo, man. He proved he belonged up in there. I don't know if his charisma is there yet, to be honest with you, but in ring wise, he can definitely hang with anyone you put in front of him, in my opinion. So shout out to Solo, but it's what we all came for SummerSlam. Before the match, we were chanting, "We want Roman." There in the whole match, we were like, "Where's Roman at?" And then to finally hear that music and get the moment we all came there for, it was amazing. It was exactly what it needed to be. The match went exactly how you thought it was going to go. And then, like, rewatching it, hearing Cody actually talk to Arn Anderson, because you didn't hear what they were saying at the stadium.
Yeah.
But actually hearing them talk, Arn telling them he got some friends for him, and then maybe some other ones we don't know about. So yeah, that match was everything that I needed it to be.
Chuck?
Oh, I agree 100%. I think the crowd, the way that everybody got into it from the jump, because I mean, like Justin said, I think it was at the first match, everybody was chanting, "We want Roman." And then for it to carry into the night, for them to work their angles, get people, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens coming out, and then everybody else. And then you think that it's not going to be the big draw that they wanted it to be. And then for them to actually deliver, that was excellent. Perfectly executed. Chef's kiss. 10 out of 10. Loved that shit. It was nice.
Niki?
Oh, man, that shit was so live. Like, that shit was just truly live. Jacob Fatu, that man's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hitting that frog splash from the turnbuckle to the outside announce table, sold the fuck out of it. Like, he was legit pissed throwing those. But, bro, I just think about it. That pop for when Roman's music hit was crazy. Like, I would ask Jacob, how was that pop through the TV?
The pop was real, man. You could tell, like, because they changed his, like, entrance music up slightly with the beginning. So everyone at first was kind of confused. And I think a lot of people, at least from the TV side, because everyone, from what I was hearing, was just screaming yeet. Everybody kept going yeet. So, which makes me think, was the Jacob Fatu thing real? Were they going to send down, Jey Uso? Yeah, send down Jey Uso, but then they're like, "Hey, stay up here because Jacob Fatu ain't doing shit now. Roman, go do your thing." But that pop was fucking nuts. Even I had goosebumps during that shit. I was like, fuck. I was like, all right, well, what's about to happen? He better take out Solo. All right, he took out Solo. Good shit. Yep.
That would have been the Omega swerve of the fucking century if he hit Cody and Solo won the title. Oh my God.
No way.
That would have been wild.
That makes no sense. That would make no sense story-wise. Why would Roman help that nigga out?
Because Roman, well, even though you saw Roman talk, you saw Roman saying, like, if you watch the crowd, he said something to Cody, like, outside the ring said it's only a matter of time. Cody, the one man who beat him.
Right.
You know they coming back.
4-year reign.
You know they coming back.
Cody didn't take his group though. Cody didn't take that nigga's family. What the fuck?
He did. I'm just saying, man.
And then have the audacity to call himself the tribal chief. The fuck?
It's so wild because obviously it makes sense for Texel, but it's like, but you got beef with Cody too. So once you're done with Solo's group, you gonna fight with Cody. Like Roman got things to do before you get back to Cody.
He do, but. One more thing about that match. Being live to see how much these people fucking love Cody Rhodes. Oh my goodness. He probably should have had this shit a year ago, but that, like, everyone on the IWC talking shit. Oh, Cody's reign ain't what I thought it would be. Man, go to a live show and see how these motherfuckers react to Cody Rhodes.
Facts.
And you will understand why that man is the number one in the company right now.
He's so over. Fuck what the internet people say. He's so over. Like, that entrance was also live. Like, doing the whoa. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit was live.
Mm-hmm. Byron, what do you want to add to this?
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you think instead of having Roman come straight out, do you think they should have had Paul Heyman come out?
Oh, if he would have announced, bro, I don't know if the stadium could have handled that. I'm not gonna lie.
It definitely would have been better.
Because the whole show is so fucking good. But I'm like, God damn, they would have had like fucking, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, bro, that place would have, it couldn't handle. Motherfuckers trying to go to that ring, ready to fight.
They would have had to stretch for me out if that happened. They would have had to stretch for me out. I would have had a heart attack.
Like, oof. Woo, that would have been, oh my God, that would have been crazy. Now I'm thinking about that now too.
Yeah, that would have been wild. But the overall, I thought the match was great. Like Justin said, Solo can work with anybody. Put him with, like, I remember watching him at NXT. I was like, man, this boy's going to be a future star. And it's looking like, Shawn Michaels and Triple H were a great pick for Ben Solo, in the main event. Cody Pop was amazing. Loved singing his theme song. Loved singing Randy Orton's theme song when he came out. Just that, seeing him hit an RKO live is just electric. Oh, so good. And I'm not the biggest Roman fan. I'll admit it. Like, I even got hacked when Roman returned. I was like, damn, man, really back. And you can kind of tell that eventually Roman was going to come back and go after Solo, because that one promo Solo had where he's like, oh, if I'm the tribal chief now, if Roman wants to come get it, come take it from me. I was like, oh, shit, you wanted this, Solo, so here it is.
So before we end, because Triple H has proven that he's making his booking logical with stories concluding. Obviously, Roman is about to have some humble pie because he's going to learn what it's like to get fucking jumped by the bloodline, which he had his group doing for like 3 fucking years.
Oh, yeah.
He's about to get Jade on Friday.
How is Triple H going to have Roman mend fences with the original bloodline members to get them to help him? Because that's we know where it's going. We know the main event of Survivor Series. Bloodline versus Bloodline War Games.
Already know Jimmy is on his side. So we know he already got that unlocked. The ones you have to mend fences with is Jay and Sammy.
I don't know if that's that's the one Triple H is going to have to play that one out, because he can't have him forgive him so quickly. You got to have him get a long game.
Sam,
when
flip Sammy, and Sammy will flip Jay.
Or would it be vice versa? Would Jay also flip Sammy?
No, I think Jay's going to be the hardest one to get back on board.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because that man put Jay through hell for 3 fucking years.
And Jay should have been champion if it wasn't for his fucking brother, storyline-wise.
That's true. That's very true.
It's going to be interesting seeing them try and get this group back, because he's going to need somebody. And then what if Solo says, man, we were just the pawns? And then when's Dwayne coming back? Because we know he a snake in the back doing something with this shit.
I'll say he ain't filming nothing currently, is he?
No, his mom was at SummerSlam. That's why I was like, ooh, is Dwayne about to show up?
His mom's a big supporter of Nia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Supporter of Nia.
If I had known his mom was gonna be in the crowd, I would have picked Nia.
Yeah, definitely would have picked Bailey.
That's what you know. Post thing. I mean, a whole bunch of people.
Nia related to them or something?
She's a yeah. She's part of the family. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew Tamina was. I didn't know Nia was.
Nah, she in there too. Mm-hmm. She could be a part of the bloodline.
She looked like Dwayne with a wig. What you mean?
That's crazy.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
For real. Yeah, she's part of the family too.
Fuck, hindsight 2020. Damn it, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But no, we know he's coming. I mean, it's gonna be very interesting seeing how, because we got big 2025. Do you think this bloodline stuff will be done by the end of this year?
No.
Okay.
No, they still got like 60 other people to bring into this bitch.
Every time they're like, hey, someone else might be coming. I'm like, okay.
Which, hey, that's something else we haven't talked about. Fucking Roman showed up for what? 5-6 minutes at most on TV, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man made $800,000 for the company just in belt merch sales.
I told Justin to buy that belt. That's his man.
Dude, 1,361 belts, and they sold out in hours. That's $800,000 in profit.
Well, I also want to say, I want to say too, that obviously this happened at the tail end of Vince before he left, but all along, this is what they should have done with Roman a long time ago. He's finally getting the babyface pop that they wanted him to get 10 years ago. I mean, that's what
He's kind of following the Rock way, because Rock started off as a babyface, then went heel, then went babyface again, got the pop that WWE wanted.
Yeah, and he also had the help of the GOAT as his rival.
Yeah,
but but they weren't like force feeding. No one's been force feed like they were really trying to feed this man, like Roman, like. And the fact that and it also helped, he lost to Cody. He disappeared, which we've always talked about. Sometimes you just need to fucking leave so that people realize how much they actually want you on that damn TV. It all worked out. This has been 10 years in the making. Now he's the big baby face they've always wanted.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to do the fucking the forced bullshit that they're trying to get him to do to be baby face. He can just really keep the tribal chief character the way it is and just tweak it to people cheering instead of booing.
Yep. Yeah, no more suffering succotash.
Or getting dog food dumped on him.
2019, baby, before COVID, got dog food dumped on him by, what was that, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler?
Yep.
It was wild shit, man. It was wild. But that's really it. Anything else on SummerSlam, man? It's surreal thinking, like, seeing the record that like 58,000 plus people, whatever, all the records SummerSlam broke. And we were there. Like, it still feels surreal. Like, seeing like the replays and shit, like the crowd. I'm like, holy shit, we were right there.
We were part of those chants.
Part of those moments. You can't change that. And I would also say shout out to the wrestling community that talked to us. I mean, people just randomly coming up to me at the bars because I had a Saturday Night Main Event shirt on, or like the Airbnb people next door talking to us about their wrestling journey, who've gone to like been doing this shit for 30 years, and their kids are like close to our age. So shout out to all the wrestling fans, man. Like, and all the people at the bars, like, oh, you drove SummerSlam? I was like, yeah. They're like, I went. It's like everyone had the same idea, man. Even Sunday, there's a lot of people. I saw the arena at the place we ate breakfast. We saw a group just like us come in right after us to eat.
Yep.
There are hella niggas who were at SummerSlam at IHOP.
Yeah, bro. Like, it was crazy. I heard people talking about it, like, man, I wish Punk would, like, it's just wild what wrestling could do when you're like with a group of people who like wrestling. You can just talk wrestling and not worry about shit else in the world.
Yeah, wrestling brings people together.
Wrestling does bring people.
So much better in real life. So much better in real life than on the goddamn internet.
Yes.
For sure.
Like I wasn't on Twitter the whole because I was like, oh, I wonder what people are saying. I was like, nah, bro, I'm literally here. Like, you're not about to lie to me and like, oh, Damian Priest got no pop. Stop it.
Everyone got a pop, and for being an open air top, man, you couldn't ask anything more.
Yeah,
couldn't ask anything. What a great fucking show. Crowd, y'all killed it. Wrestlers, y'all killed it. grilled bologna and cheese I had. Y'all killed it. Thank you very much.
Done before 11 o'clock. And again, if it wasn't for the jelly roll stuff, that shit would have been done before 10:30.
Dude, fuck. Jelly roll with the choke slam.
That choke slam was crazy. That shit was wild.
Clean.
Dude.
Who's he doing on? Was it Grayson Waller or Austin Theory?
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory.
Shout out to you, Austin Theory, because you made that choke slam. You got up on that bitch. Good shit, Austin Theory.
Yo, that shit was fucking awesome. So good.
Well, man, with that being said, shit. Record-breaking SummerSlam, L7C crew was there. For the people in Cleveland, random at the stadium, at some of the random bars, you actually might see some L7C stickers that were posted across the place. So if you want to scan the QR code, if you're listening in Cleveland, you'll be able to find the podcast. With that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Fantastic experience for the crew. Can't wait for the next big pay-per-view we attend, because these big pay-per-views being live is a whole different ballgame than a regular show. We'll be back on the wrestling side because we got to see if Tony Khan is going to hit another banger with Wembley. We're going to have to preview that in a couple weeks. But with that being said, L7C podcast signing out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.